welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is a compilation video, and I'm pretty positive not all of these, all the videos that they show you on here are authentic. Also have this another one of these videos of two jets or planes escorting a UFO. I recently put up videos of a jet escorting a saucer and a helicopter escorting a UFO, and now this one here, we got two planes escorting a triangle-shaped craft. Let's see, and then I have three supposed like UFO crash videos. This one here was from New Mexico. Let's see, this one here I think was NASA or the military doing a testing on a craft that maybe we made, and it ends up, crashing into the ground or falling out of the sky and crashing into the ground. And then this one here is a supposed UFO that was shot down over Asia. But again, this is one of those videos I'm not 100% convinced that it's real. Also have this little short clip here from Facebook that apparently, or they claim that it's leaked footage out of Area 51 or S4. I have no idea if this is like an assembly line or they're maybe trying to figure out how these craft operate or building them. Let's see, and this is a YouTube short about these brine lakes that were found at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. Also have this photo here from Twitter of a supposed autopsy on an alien that was taken sometime between 1922 and 1928. They're not sure the exact date. And another one of these shorts that shows a close-up footage of Neptune. And let's see, I got this from Reddit. This is a short clip of some people in the British media talking about the UFO disclosure that's taking place in the United States. And then last is this article about Jim Semivan revealing that that there are these beings around us, and he claims that some of them are interdimensional beings. Let's see, and you know what, if you appreciate the time and effort that I put into bringing these videos to you, please give this video a like, please share it, and more importantly, please subscribe. I really appreciate that. But anyways, let's go to this first clip here. This video here, this is one of those videos where I remember it being on YouTube years ago, but now if you go looking for it, yeah, you're not going to find it. But let me just play something. Oh yeah, another thing, on this compilation, it's like 15, yeah, just over 15 minutes. Yeah, not all of them are real. I'm pretty positive about that. But let's see, let's check this one out. Yeah, I wish there was a stabilized version of this, but let me just quickly go through some of these that are on here. Yeah, I think this is a, let me turn this music down here. I think this is a video from Italy, if I remember properly. And this may be US military. Testing, let's see. Let's find some other ones out there. Yeah, this one's kind of interesting. Music down. Anyways, there's that one, and then let's see this one. Oh yeah, this one, there's a UFO that just goes flying by real quick. You don't really see it. I think this is playing. Yeah, but let me go to this one that I know. Oh yeah, this one here. Yeah, I'm not one convinced that this is real. Oops, let me go back to that one. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. Yeah, this one I think is real. This is supposedly the TR-3B that was, I think that was taken in France. Yeah, this video is not playing real smooth for whatever reason. Yeah, that's not the best clip. Let me see. Let me go to this other one that I'm almost 100% positive is not real. Where is that at? Oh, where's that one video at? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, now this one I'm like 100% positive this isn't real. I think this was like from maybe some video game or something, but I remember when this first came out. Yeah, I don't think that's real. Anyways, there's a few more on here. Link will be in the description. Check it out. Let's see. Yeah, this one. You know what? I don't know if I'm not going to go ahead and play this one because I can see the rights reserved here. I'm sure if I play any of this, they're going to hit me with a copyright violation. But yeah, but you can see that it's two planes escorting a triangle-shaped UFO. I'll put the link in the description. I think there's others on here too. Yeah, there's a few more on here too. But again, I don't want to play it, but you want to watch it, the link will be in the description. This is a short clip of a UFO that supposedly crashed in Mexico. Check this out. Anyways, there's that one. I have this one here that shows this craft falling out of the sky, spinning and falling out of the sky, and you can hear like NASA or or whoever put this up like talking about it.
Your range is 10 miles now, sir. It's coming down through 200,000 feet. 10 miles, 200,000 feet, thank you. 10 miles from vertical flight, and it's through 200,000 feet.
Yeah, so you can hear this air traffic controllers or the control room talking about this, but yeah, I don't want to bore you with this thing at just falling out of the sky. Let me just get to you can see this thing.
2009 miles, sir.
It's definitely saucer shaped, but let me just go to when it crashes and they're flying around it.
Impact at 5855 that day. Impacted vehicle on the surface.
Yeah, you can see how this thing like broke apart, which is why I think this may be U.S. military testing it out. Again, that's even if it's real, because that shot there doesn't look real authentic to me. Anyways, that's that. And I got this one here of a supposed UFO that was shot down in Asia, someplace in Asia.
This is Houston. Say again, sir.
Yeah, again, the reason why I'm not 100% convinced is that that audio they added is not of this, of this actual event here. Yeah, this is not the best video quality, but yeah, but whoever made this, they're inserting their own audio. Anyways, I got this short clip here of a supposed Area 51 leaked footage. Again, that's, that's it. It's just real short. I wonder if this is like what Bob Lazar talked about when he said that there was a room that he went into, or a large hangar that he went into, and there were like 3 UFOs. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Let me just play this real quick, and let me give you my explanation of what I think is going on here.
American documentary filmmaker Mike DeGruy found an underwater lake. Mike and his crew tried to descend into the lake, but upon making contact, the team reported the liquid was so dense their submarine bounced off the surface. Mike is quoted as saying the following: "I noticed something out in the distance, but I couldn't tell what it was. It looked like a dark band. As we got closer to it, I noticed the black band had steam over it, but there was water flapping against the shore. This band was a ring of mussels. Inside the ring of mussels was a lake. We went out over the water and tried to descend it and bounced off it. The submarine couldn't go inside it. We literally bounced off it. I have never seen anything like it." Mike never descended into the lake, and shortly after the discovery lost his life in a helicopter crash.
I want to say something. These crafts that we have been seeing coming in and out of the oceans, remember, they now call them anomalous, unidentified anomalous phenomenon, because we see them, going from the ocean to the sky and out in space, or from space to the sky back into the oceans, right? And a lot of descriptions of these crafts, when they're entering and exiting the waters, they don't make a splash, right? Because, they believe that there's some kind of electromagnetic field that surrounds the craft, and it's just able to just smoothly go through different different environments. So imagine, if you imagine that craft, right, that can enter and exit our oceans without creating a splash. I believe that, these brine lakes, which our submarines aren't able to penetrate, are easily penetratable by these alien crafts. So, I'm of the belief that this may be the way they are getting in and out. This could be like a doorway or a gateway into their world, or into the interior of the planet where they reside. But anyway, that's just my thought. Let's see, I got this photo here. This is kind of hard to see, but it supposedly shows, some kind of an alien being on a table, and these guys giving it an autopsy. And like I said, they're not too sure if it was taken, or it was taken sometime between 1922 and 1928. But imagine that, even back then, right? The latest I've heard, when our government became aware of UFOs, was the 1933 Italian crash. But now, we have photographs here of someone like doing an autopsy. With all the AI, though, who knows if this thing is real? So anyways, link to that will also be in the description. This is another one of these shorts, just showing a close-up footage of the planet
Endeavour to
Neptune.
visit Neptune was Voyager 2 back in 1989. Voyager 2 travelled 4.3 billion miles, or 7 billion kilometres, over a 12-year period before arriving at the ice giant and photographing it in all its glory. It captured incredible close-up photos of its deep cobalt blue atmosphere and discovered a great dark spot, a storm big enough to engulf the entire Earth. It also detected a highly active atmosphere, with wind speeds far exceeding 680 miles per hour, or 1,100 kilometers an hour, the fastest winds ever detected in the solar system. This is the only close-up footage ever captured of the distant and mysterious cobalt blue-colored Neptune.
I don't remember where I heard it from, but I remember someone saying that it's more normal for species to live in the interior of a planet. If what they're saying about the weather with these high speed winds is true, it would make sense that advanced beings would live in the interior, so they wouldn't be impacted or affected by any atmospheric conditions. Which it goes to show that our planet's interior is also most likely occupied by the dominant beings on this planet. We are a water planet, so wouldn't it make sense that that the dominant species on this planet would occupy the environment that's, that's the majority of the planet. And, like I've said, we are the talking surface monkeys, and we're the anomaly. That, they believe that, the more primitive species live on the surface because we get impacted by all of the weather conditions, all the varying weather conditions. And if we get hit by a meteor, we'll be wiped out, where species that live in the interior of the planet will be protected. Anyways, let me go on to this next clip here. This is British media discussing the topic of UAPs and upcoming hearings. I'm going to go ahead. It's just over 5 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and play this whole thing.
The Pentagon could be forced to declassify what it knows about UFOs following a push by senators to make public all government records on the subject.
So what questions could be answered, and how long will it take for the truth, supposedly, to come to light? Well, joining us now is UFO expert Richard Lawrence. You can probably detect a little bit of skepticism.
Why would there be skepticism in your eyes? The truth. What did you say?
Well, it says for the truth to come out.
But the truth could either be for or against UFOs.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, you're in a minority now. Yeah. But that's fine. I used to be in a minority. I believed in them.
What do you expect to hear then from
having been in this field for a while, I'm sceptical about governments. You're sceptical about UFOs.
Oh, I'm sceptical about all the above.
Okay. Well, at one time, if you said the governments are lying, you were thought of as a conspiracy nutter. Now we absolutely know 100% they lied about UFOs for a long time, in this country as well, certainly in America. On the plus side, America is in some ways leading the way. They have had conversations with the British government as well, by the way, and they are on the verge, they say, of revealing everything. So we'll have to see. It's coming out this month, or rather the legislation is going through this month.
Yeah. What are they afraid of?
That's a very good question. I think they started lying a long time ago. I think certainly it all gets tied up with defense policy. So
but if the Americans are lying, forgive me for interrupting,
sure,
then the Russians are lying, the British are lying, the French are lying, everybody's lying.
Well,
what this guy doesn't realize is that the French and I think the Russians, and I know a lot of South American companies, especially like Brazil, they're not lying to their people about this. They've released a lot of their military files on UFOs. I think the United States is really the last of the industrial, at least the industrial countries, that are withholding this information from the public.
There has been a sort of policy defense war between the different countries. They want to get there first. I think that's one of the reasons. Another reason is they simply can't answer the questions properly. Yeah. And what government wants to come forth and say, this exists, we know it exists. Some people say they've got alien spacecraft.
And some of them are using the technology. Yeah. They're dismantling this technology, or they've been given the secrets to this technology. Sure. So whether it's the speed of sound or the speed of light, or whether it's different materials which will probably be used in the theater of war.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. And of course, they can't answer the really big questions like, who are they? Why are they here? They've admitted they exist. They've tried to rename them UAPs. But
what does UAP
stands for Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, which is unidentified flying objects, isn't it? Really? It's just another name.
Yeah, remember, since they came up with a UAP, they changed it again to anomalous. And like I said before, it's now anomalous because we're not only seeing them in the air, we're seeing them underwater, in the air, and also out in space.
It's branding. But in the end, the big question is, are they extraterrestrial? Now that is the issue that a lot of people saying will now come out to the fore. They'll finally admit that they know that some of them are alien, because the capabilities of the craft that are being shown on YouTube, on clips from the Navy, from elsewhere, they can do things that no technology on Earth could duplicate.
But they're hoping to duplicate this on Earth, aren't they not? That's
where it all gets tied up with defense. And why should it be in a defense, policy unit? I mean, it should be an issue for all people. It shouldn't be secret. And, you know, I represent an organization, the oldest in the world, actually, way before my time in the 50s, that was holding rallies in Trafalgar Square, that's the Aetherius Society, demanding the truth and governments to tell the truth about UFOs, but they were completely ridiculed. That's one good thing. That's a positive. The stigma is going.
So, your question, your fear, your doubt is what?
I just think it all sounds a bit loopy, and I wait to see facts. And
Just
I'm very
because
much
it sounds loopy, though, that's not
I'm
good
not
enough.
ruling
is it?
anything out, but I deal in facts. So as soon as you can give me some
there are
evidence,
plenty of
I'd be
facts.
very interested to see it.
Yeah, but doesn't she realize that the people who are revealing this information are basing their conclusion on the facts that they've seen, and a lot of these, you know, quote unquote facts or evidence have been kept top secret. So someone like her wouldn't have access to it. And again, I just think it's interesting how there are so many people who think that reality is based on, you know, what they believe or don't believe. It's not real until they see it themselves, and they completely discount the fact that there are people in government positions who have access to information that's not available to the general public.
But,
And
you
it's
know,
not new. Can I just throw that in? This isn't a new thing. Some people think it's a 20th century thing. The earliest records on Earth, the Sanskrit records, the Bible, many other legends are just full of extraterrestrial, I would say, but certainly UFOs, which have been sighted. And they are friendly. I just had to finish with
well,
that.
I'm
If
not
they
sure
weren't, we'd
everyone
know it.
would agree the Bible's full of UFO
Yes, of
sightings.
course it
but
is.
It's
It is.
interesting
Of
that
course
people
it is.
think
Star of Bethlehem for
You know,
a start.
Oh, right,
Not
so
a
you,
star,
right,
is
so
it?
you term a star
Yes.
a UFO.
It's not a star, is it? Stars
Well, it's
can't
a bright
hover over a
star that was
stable.
guided.
But when did it ever appear again?
It hovered over a stable.
You know, it hovered,
Can't
then
do
it
that.
disappeared, it never came back again.
The stars disappear.
They
Newsflash.
don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
Well, then Ezekiel. I mean, there's plenty. But you look at the Sanskrit is better.
Yeah.
The Hindu scripts,
The burning
the
bush.
Vimanas.
Yes, but that was God. That was miracles.
Or it was an alien.
Could be both.
Could be both. Richard, really, I'd like...
Yeah, you know, some people are never ever going to be convinced, no matter what information they hear. Like I said, you know, unless they see it with their own two eyes, their worldview or their belief system isn't going to budge. Anyways, let's go to this last article here about ex-CIA officer. Truth about UFOs is terrifying and interdimensional beings are with us. This is about Jim Semivan. Let's see. He says, okay, according to him, there is a force out there that can control our environment, that can put thoughts into our heads. In fact, Mr. Semivan has previously stated that UFOs sighted by the Navy are from another world. Again, that's not every, you know, they're not all. I'm sure that some of them are visitors, you know, the ones that we see, or when people describe them wearing life support systems, they obviously can't breathe our air. So, you know, those must be visitors from another world. But a lot of times people describe seeing, you know, the grays who are completely acclimated to our gravity, to our environment, and they're breathing our air. So those have to be our neighbors. He made shocking assertions regarding unidentified flying objects in an interview with James Iandoli, saying that the occurrences can be startling, especially to children. Again, that's where I don't agree with him. I think kids, right? Young kids, they don't know, right? They don't have enough life experience to not know, or to believe that extraterrestrial beings was something that, you know, people in the past couldn't accept. I think, and for sure, you know, with all of the TV shows and movies that have come out over the past 30 years, I think the majority of children, or the majority of young people, especially people under 40 years of old, 40 years old, yeah, they don't have a problem. They've grown up watching so many shows depicting beings from other planets, depicting, humans interacting with aliens. That it's not going to be a shock to them. Yeah, I think Jimmy Van is definitely showing his age when he, when he reveals that belief that somehow children. No, I think old people are the people that are going to have the hardest time accepting this. But children, it's not even a thing for them. Let's see. Yeah, he says, yes, that there is a force out there that can control our environment and put thoughts into our heads. They can lie to you, that they can lie to you, deceive you, and that you are not in control of your life. Tell this to a 12-year-old. While succinct, Semivan suggests that the rabbit hole goes much deeper when it comes to the UFO phenomenon. Moreover, in his recent podcast appearance on Calling All Beings, he fiercely said that non-human intelligence is living with humans on Earth. There's an entity out there. There's some kind of non-human intelligence that's living with us on this fucking planet, Semivan said. Semivan spoke about his own experiences with alien-like beings that started happening to him and his wife in their bedroom in 1990 on Coast to Coast AM. He insisted that the event was real and that it was not hypnagogic. I don't even know what the hell. I don't even know how to say that word. Hypnagogic, or dream state. The couple thereafter had intermittent poltergeist activity in their home, and more recently, he claimed to have seen a hooded figure that resembled the Death Eater from the Harry Potter series, who perhaps materialized to herald the death of a close friend. Mr. Semivan said he agreed with the statement made by Colm Kelleher, a researcher at Skinwalker Ranch, and that the UFO phenomenon is much more than just mechanical parts and devices, because psychic and biological factors also contribute to the event's extreme strangeness. He stated that To the Stars was still looking into metamaterials with unusual isotope ratios that may be connected to UFOs. He says, I think they mentioned that the phenomenon is a natural part of our universe and we're living in it, but we don't recognize it. The same way that insects and animals don't recognize the human universe. A cat and dog could be running through a library, but they don't have the faintest idea what the books are all about and what libraries are all about. We might be walking through our existence, and there's a whole other reality that surrounds us that we just simply don't have the ability to see or interact with. It seems to be peeking inside our little consensus reality. As I explained to somebody once, it comes close, it teases us, it cajoles us, it lies to us, but you can never take it home to meet the parents. It won't allow you to do that. There's no formal introduction. Add on top that, there's no ontology, which is just a fancy word. It basically means there's no structure to even discuss this. We don't have a common lexicon. Somebody said we have dots, but no connections. I don't even think we have dots. So then George Neptune goes and asks him about, a bunch of other stuff. But Jem Semivan, saying that, they're here. They're around us, but we can't see it. And I think it's because, we're not designed to see it. Imagine if we could see into the infrared or the ultraviolet spectrum, right? If our eyes had the ability to see that. There's so much more going on around us, but we are oblivious to it because we're not designed to see those things. It's the whole idea of like a three-dimensional being peering into a two-dimensional world, right? The beings in the two-dimensional world can't see us because they're two-dimensional beings, right? Whereas, supposedly beings from the fourth or fifth dimension could be right around us, but we aren't able to see them, but they can peer into our thoughts. And I think they can even see the future and the past all at the same time. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for making it to the end. And like I said before, if you appreciate the time and effort that I put into bringing this information to you, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video, and more importantly, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Until next time, take care.